Hi and welcome. So there's this little experimentation that I've done with the natural language processing. So let me just type over here what I natural language processing is what I'm trying out, and there is this quick and dirty shiny application that I've gone ahead and created. I am calling it the words gesture, and it is working on algorithm or say our package called ngrams. What basically ngrams does is it goes ahead and clubs certain uh, words or phrases and even characters. So you can have ngrams of characters also. You can have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, say part of a 5 value ngram, or you can have a ngram which has got say 5 words in it. Those 5 words can be, let's say, a natural language processing is tough. Okay, so if those were the 5 words, then the ngram would be having a value 5 any which ways. So what basically happens, the science behind it goes this way, and over here you can see there is this repository of ngrams that Google has. It's called the ngram viewer, and what they suggest is that we can go ahead and extricate one of these, download them on our system, and then try and play around with it. So that's what I've done. I've picked up a couple of these and seen as to what can be done. So it took a lot of data cleansing and things to that effect, which had to be done manually. But after that, this is what I have been able to achieve. So let me see how this works. All I need to do is click on this, and it is going to suggest me something. So it's saying, okay, hold on to your horses, harvesting the next word or like phrase. So that is just trying to be funny, that's all. So let's see what it basically brings up when I say natural language processing. And this is not necessarily working the way I thought it would. So it needs a lot of work. See, it's gone and thrown back the same words at me. That's not good. Okay, let me try again. Let me just say heart. Let's see what happens. Again, it is telling me, okay, hold on to your horses. I'm holding on to my horses. And this takes some time, because it is actually what I have done is, okay, it is now given me the next word as tissue. So what I'll do is I'll go and put tissue in here, and then let's see what happens. So what is happening is, whenever we are clicking on this, the probable next word or the phrase, the algorithm is going and searching through all the ngrams and trying to find the best possible or the highest probability words. So after heart, there could be a combination of many words. There could be heart attack, heart tissue, heartache, heartbreak. There could be n number of words in there. So if you look at one of these, and let me download one right in front of you. Say this is what I go for, and this is 2 grams. So that's 264 MB. So I just cancel that right now. I don't want to download that. And similarly over here, if I pick up one of these, that is 112 MB. So what I've done is I've gone and downloaded a couple of these earlier, and basis which I've created a corpora of documents, so to say, and then I've created a blob out of that, and from that particular blob, which turns out to be a huge vector of characters, I've gone ahead and again broken it down into words and characters, and then I have created these ngrams. So these ngrams have been created using the ngram package, which lets you create ngrams of different size. So you can go and create ngrams of 2 words or 3 words or 4 words or 5 words. So I've restricted myself between 2 words and 5 words, and that's what I've done. I plan to publish this code. I plan to do that, but not now, because it is still not perfect. So it is saying heart tissue damage. Okay, I don't know if this makes sense. Let's go and plug in damage over there. Let's again click on this. It is saying, okay, fine, hold on to your horses, harvesting the next word phrase, which is okay. So we are holding on to our horses, and let's see what comes up next. Now this is one application that I have kind of. So it's saying heart tissue damage, and so and means it is going to further lead to some kind of sensible phrase, which is okay. So we can try it out once again. And there's another one which I have gone ahead and created. So which is again similar but doesn't work on ngrams. That works on another R package known as RVeca, and Veka of course being the Java library based on top of which this RVeca package has been created. Heart tissue damage and increase. So okay, so it is building some kind of story over here, but I'm not sure if this is still anywhere close to being perfect. Fine, so I'll just what I'll do is I'll just pause this for a second. Yeah, and I'm back. So again, this one, like I said, this is suggesting words basis the TM and the text cat packages, and also RVeca is there. So RVeca is being used to create something similar to the ngrams, but I'm not that proficient with this right now, so I'll have to work on this more. So again, I put the same suggestion over there, computing something. So if I say heart over here, it gives me and. So I don't necessarily want that. So let me try again. What else can I get with heart? Now the reason I have this difference is I went over here and I picked up randomly certain files. Now these files are actually of some of them are CSVs and some of them are of a different format. That is a format called there is one different format. I can't seem to find it. Tab separated. Here it is. Compressed tab separated data. So this compressed tab separated data, it is slightly difficult to clean it up. So what you have is you have something like this circumvallate. You have a word, and then you have another word with that, and then you have lots of. So let me see if I can show you one of those files over here. Yeah, this is what it looks like. So this one I have still been able to convert it to CSV, but when you get it down from Google, the raw file, I don't know if I'll be able to open this also. This wasn't even opening in Excel, so I had to kind of go into R and get a small. Yeah, it doesn't open up. Any issues? Yeah, it does. Okay, fine, it does. So this is what it looks like. So slightly difficult to clean up. And this over here, what you can see is he got 1846 and then 3 ones over there basically. So what this means is he got is the ngram or the bigram, which is there were two words he and got. So if you were to go and insert he over here in the application, and if this is the corpora or this is the file that you are using as a source for your validation, then it would go ahead and suggest got. That is one. Now it's hung my system. It's a huge file. I think it's almost 200 MB plus something. Close the program. Excel is not responding. I hope it doesn't crash my R. Yeah, so this is how I finally got to clean up the file and turn it into this. But still, if you'll see, it's got how many? 5065 I have imported in, and still I haven't been able to go beyond and it goes on till Z. That's a huge file. So if I were to go to the end of this file somehow, it doesn't, just hangs. Anyways, I think I'll just close this. Yeah, so it's a 325 MB file, And that's just one of these files. So there's lots of these other files that I had to kind of download to create this. And this, again, it depends on which of these files you are using, what kind of phrases are present in there, and what you can do. I also experimented with another thing wherein I went and downloaded certain books of Indian writers of Indian origin, and then again, if I were to put in certain words which were, say, from the Indian mythology or some of the classics, it was suggesting decent words to me, but that application, unfortunately, again, I kind of messed up the code. So this is what it is, and let me see now. The logic behind it is simple. So what they've done is they've gone ahead and scanned a whole lot of books, and they've gone ahead and they've dug out the natural language, in the sense the words and phrases out of that, and they have created these corpora. And also what can be done is we can compare. Now let's say, seen over here, the same word, circumvallate. In 1978, there were 335 times that it was used. So occurred 335 times overall in 91 distinct books in their sample. And similarly, in again 91 distinct books, in 1979 it occurred 261 times. So what you can also do is, using this particular Ngram repository of Google, we can also do some analysis with regards to the frequency that certain words occur, or the popularity of certain things. So that could be used for brand names, that could be used for popularity of people. So there's a lot of implementation, practical usage of such things. So let me try some of that and let me share that with you. So here's a quick and easy one. So there's a different package. It is Ngrammer, not Ngrams, and of course ggplot for plotting it. And I'm using two words, Harvard and Oxford, and I'm comparing them between the year 1950 and 2015. Now why this 2015 doesn't work, I'm not sure. It gives me only till about 2010. But let's see. This is quite interesting. So, and this is the code for it, just 3 lines of code, nothing to it, extremely simple. And this is what it says. So it says that Harvard has not had a very a popular usage, and it has gone up slightly, and it is again kind of tapering down towards 2010. Whereas Oxford, it's increasing over a period of time, and especially from 1980 onwards, you see this peak till say about 2000. So in those 20 years, the usage of the word Oxford in the books and whatever text documents that were mined or that were harvested by Google for creating this particular say corpora or corpus, the usage hasn't increased. Now we can't necessarily go ahead and find with such simple analysis as to what is the context or why it has increased. Well, let's try something else again, and let me try something in the Indian context. Let me say India, and then let me say China. So I don't even know for let me again go back to say 1900, and let's see how this works. It might take a while. No, it doesn't take a while. So here it is. Okay, so India has been mentioned much more in text and otherwise than has China, say between 1950 and 1980. So you see the sudden peak over here, say 1960s and 70s. So whatever internationally books were published or wherever they picked up this data, India was mentioned much more than China. And somewhere around 2010, or say around somewhere around 2005 onwards probably, from 1980 to 2010. So that's 20 here and okay, maybe say 2000 onwards. it is almost at par that India and China are being mentioned, and it is far lesser for India in comparison to earlier, and slightly lesser for China also if you compare it to say maybe 1930 or 1940, somewhere there. It could be this particular point. And okay, so that is one. Now if I were to quickly try something else, let me try this. Yeah, I've done some changes to the code, and the same plot which was not interactive earlier, now we can see I'm just mousing around. I'm not even taking the mouse on the lines actually. So if I take the mouse on the line, this is what happens. So what is happening is I can see one this thing down below which says 1947. So when India got independent, that time India's mentions were way above China's. So China's were 98.56, whatever this is. So it's a larger number. So I don't know what exactly it said. It's a but India's were 131.97. Similarly, over here, when India's were at its peak, China was in 1965. So that's during the war, the Indo-Pak 65 war. So at that time, China's mention, obviously international, this thing was less, and India's was quite high. And let's look at 1970-71, again during the Bangladesh war. And which year is this? Let me see. Again, it's peaking up there. 1945. So that is just before the independence, and just after the independence, it has kind of gone down. But that has probably gone down for both. So if you see this trend, so it has gone down over a period of time. So that is a comparison of India and China, and this is what I'm using now is the library called Plotly, and this is what the code looks like. So it's very simple. It's just a wrapper for ggplot. So nothing fancy over there, but it gives us a wonderfully interactive plot. So that is one. Now let's look at India and Pakistan. I don't know why I'm doing this, but let's just let's just do that. I know it seems like an unfair comparison. What the hell? Okay, so here it is, and this is what it is. So starting from, so yeah, obviously, so it's zero mention over here in 1906. There's absolutely no mention of Pakistan, obviously, for good reason. And then around 1945 is 1941. So 1939. You see this. You look at the tracker down there for Pakistan. So you still have some mentions over there, right? So in 1942 is when it's kind of peaking, and then 1949, 50 it's gone down, and obviously this is 1945. The phase between 1945 to say 47, it is again started peaking down for India, and Pakistan it started kind of going up, and then again predictably this is 1965. So again it is peaking for India and Pakistan somewhere around 1965, and after that it's kind of come down. I'm not sure if this coming down is correlated or not, can't necessarily say. So probably there could be other things that we could look at. Again, let's play around with this. This is quite interesting. So let's say USSR and the USA. I'm going to keep it very, very political. Okay, let's see. And I run that code, and this is what I get. Okay. So back in 1920 or 1900s, they're both at the same this thing. Then the USSR has got more mentions around 1947, around 1960, and again then around. So they are both at par, or they both cross. The trend lines kind of cross each other's path in 1978. Okay. That is somewhere around, yeah, wonderful, excellent. And then again for the US it peaks over here, which is which year? That is 2003, and beyond 2007, there seems that there is no, they haven't tracked it, or okay, no, sorry, I'll go on ahead and, my God, sorry, let me. I've gone and zoomed in. I don't know how to zoom back. But this is the kind of interactivity which is there with this particular thing. It's actually an amazing package. Okay. So beyond 2007, you don't have much. Okay, let's again now one of my Apple and Microsoft. Apple and Microsoft, okay. Oh, okay. So, okay, so Apple is obviously it is not only Steve Jobs, but it is also the natural apple which is being mentioned. Around 1984, this peak is probably got to do with Steve Jobs and the Mac. So let's see. So this is few of the things you can play around with using n-grams. So all of this is happening because of this particular thing that Google has over here, which is the Google Ngram Viewer, and this particular application that we are running now, this Ngrammer is directly extricating data, and it is a package created by Sean Carmody. I think it's Sean, and Carmody is his surname. It's available on GitHub, and this is directly picking up data from that particular repository of Google.